We repeat, the zodiac is not only something out there in space. We assertively submit that each person is a living, breathing zodiac. Time, in the external sense of the arbitrary movement of the planets, can certainly be used for collective prediction, but it is more paraphernalia-oriented than the archetypal method which the archetypal stellar taroscopic system of divination seeks to revive. And if we foolishly believe in an outer zodiac, and that distant rocks floating in space affect consciousness and destiny, then by definition we are also endorsing the concept of predetermination, which posits that we have no free choice. The Magi of old never taught such nonsense, despite what the so-called experts say, and the divination arts are not based on such fallacies. Their creators knew that man is far from just a passive actor in the theater of the universe, operating in accordance to a pre-written and unchanging script. The soul is eternal. Its workings are on the deepest level beyond the realms of time, distance, space, and speed, which are necessary categories for left-brain cognition only. In fact, as the true Gnostics know, these four great interlocking modalities taught to every school child are the very elements created by the adversarial or Luciferian principle to capture the soul of man in the realms of illusion. Yet, strangely, astrology, which in principle is meant to spiritually and existentially empower mankind, is entirely based on them. How can this have been overlooked? Several astrologers use the words archetypal, spiritual, or psychological in their works, and then go on to show that they have little idea about what these words really relate to. As the great German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche wrote, as long as you still experience the stars as something above your head, you lack the eye of knowledge. And we wholeheartedly concur with this statement. Our thesis is, in short, that once we understand this enigmatic statement, we can hearken in a new divination, a new astrology, which is archetypal and rectified and free from all the sundry paraphernalia. As Gnostics, we recognize three kinds of time. There is clock time, measured by a clock or a watch. There is seasonal time, measured by a calendar. And then there is psychological time, and this is measured by the zodiac. The first two are, of course, well known. In fact, we're veritable slaves to them. They're certainly not doubted. But the lost truth is that these first two originated from the third. This is why they all feature 12 divisions, 12 hours, 12 seasons, and 12 signs. To adhere exclusively to the first two and discard the third is sheer insanity, and is responsible for the disorder and disempowerment so prevalent in the world today. Imagine living for a week or a month without your watch or calendar. Give it a try and see what happens. We will be in disarray. But magnify this to the soul level and see the predicament of the psyche, afloat on the ocean of existence, lost in the labyrinths of matter without a thread. The universal intelligence did not plan things this way. It gave us the means to navigate correctly each and every sea and storm of life. It is we who have discarded our compasses, content to be directed by the lower ego. Caught in our mental webs, we do not even stop to ask if humans are truly made in the image of God. Then, like God, humans should be totally without sex, gender, class, creed, rank, or division of any kind. Sadly, Orthodox religion rests on the power of mere words. Moreover, what we have been receiving from the pulpits is not theology, but propaganda. Theology is something else entirely. The religious institutions have seen fit to create, promote, and reinforce these divisions, especially those of class and gender. Our parents turn us over to the schools in early life before we come to unique expression. After 18 years or more of conventional education, we operate only from the left hemisphere of consciousness, and only from the smallest part of that. We are cut off from all that is sacred and deep. Most of us do indeed graduate, but do we know that this word really means gradual indoctrination? In light of this, we must ask, what if no religions existed in the world? No concepts or practices, no theories or paths, no one else to rely on? How would you and I come into direct contact with the universal intelligence?